just time stand still. And what is probably about 2 seconds felt like 2 hours. And so as I've gone to roll, I didn't even have a roll, and I basically just went straight head first into the gutter. I tucked my head. I remember hearing the corner of the gutter and the snow hit my back, so C7 when you lean forward, that bone that pokes out. I just remember hearing that crunch. It was like a packet of chips just crunching. And then when I bounced, my head flung backwards, and that's when it felt like a shotgun went off in my neck. And fortunately, I was awake the whole time. And I could just, that ringing in your ears that you hear, that ding. And then I could hear my mates running and screaming down the hill because they were a fair way, because I was stopping cars on either end. Because it was a live road too, might I add. So I had a very short window to make this thing happen, so I was committed. And I just, as soon as I could hear my mates, I'm like, don't touch me. Like, I've broken my neck, I heard it snap. And so it's very hard to explain without a photo, but I was twisted like a pretzel. And basically my neck, later on we found out, my neck was twisted off my shoulders. And my mate, Luke Trembath, do you know Dingo?
No,
Who's in Monster and all that. So Dingo was 14 at the time. My other best mate, Daniel, I don't even think he was 18 at that stage. He might have been barely 18. And then, so I was like the oldest one there. So Daniel was in major shock. My mate who I jumped over, who's in the photo, which I'll show you later on, he was in shock. Everyone, you just watched one of your mates headbutt, like land head first into a road. So Dingo sat behind me. I said, you got to hold my head, because like I started going into shock, so my head was shaking. And so he held my head, and the boys just packed in snow. One of the other boys ran to ski center, the ski patrol, which was about a 200-meter run. But I think from memory that they thought it was a car accident because it was on a road. So they were getting like all stuff thinking it was for a car accident, so like the jaws of life and all that stuff. So I had to lay there for about 20 minutes, and I could just feel myself drifting in and out. I was like, just stay awake. And it felt like my spine had popped through my chest. And I can't remember if it was Daniel or Dingo I asked, but I said, can you just touch my chest? And I felt like if they said that they could feel my spine at my chest, I was just going to give up. Like, I felt like I had that choice. If I could just fell asleep, I just wouldn't wake back up. And somehow, it took me a long time to get over the guilt of what I put my mates through. That was probably one of the hardest things. To know that I just, in a way, ruined all my mates' lives because I was, some would say selfish, some would say I was just on a mission. I think it was a bit of both. I was selfish to do it, and I was tunnel visioned on doing it. And in a way, I dragged all my mates through my broken neck. And so they kept me alive while we waited for medical staff to come down.